Yo, what's up guys? Universal Mastery. So, what I do on my channel is I break down the occult sciences to a very practical level so that you can apply it into your day-to-day life and get real results and actually create the life that you truly want to live and that you should be living. Okay, so what I'm going to be talking about in today's video is going to be what a real Luciferian thinks about the TV show Lucifer. Stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to this subject as being a Luciferian is kind of break down what that really means. What does it mean to be a Luciferian? Okay, so I know that there is people that are going to watch this video that literally have no idea what that really means. And that's exactly why I'm making this video. A major reason of why I'm making this video. Is to just kind of shed some light on the idea of what a true Luciferian is and how they operate. So what constitutes a Luciferian is going to be someone that follows a certain set of principles as their day-to-day beliefs. And I'm not going to go into every single principle in depth because that's not what this video is about. But this is going to create a context so that I can go into the rest of the video. So to pretty much sum it up, one of the most important aspects of being a Luciferian is the knowledge that you are in control of your own reality. That you are the one that sets up your entire future. You are the one that has to take action to achieve the things that you want to achieve out of life. And not only that, but what also comes with that is the idea that you carry a positive and a negative charge. You carry light and darkness within yourself. So when something happens that you don't like, when something comes and steps on your path, you have the full strength and ability to destroy that thing and remove it from your path, just as you have the same exact ability to invite something in or heal somebody. It is a path of freedom and liberation. And it is also going against the grain of what the mainstream society follows, being, you could say, the Christian religion, or being involved in any sort of religion where I'm looking to somebody higher as my source of knowledge. And I can't surpass that source. As a Luciferian, we don't worship anything. We work with, we venerate, we empower the names of our ancestors, and we work with the daemons that empower us, but we do not worship anything. And we do not put all of our energy and intention into anything as if it is higher than us, because we realize that we carry that source energy. The most powerful current of energy is literally a part of who we are, and we understand that. And that is also what our ancestors and what the daemons that we choose to work with are also trying to instill in us as well. Okay, so this is just to create that context of what an actual Luciferian is. Okay, and this was pretty brief, but going right into it. So first thing first, I want to say, go and check out my Patreon. The Patreon link is going to be the first link in my description. So you click on the description, it's going to be the first link at the top. On my Patreon, I have exclusive videos that I will be uploading weekly that will not be uploaded to my YouTube channel. And in order to gain access to those exclusive videos and gain access to communicate with me whenever you want about the occult, it is going to be $9.95. You're going to have to be tier 2 and up. It is going to be $9.95 per month, which is literally going to equate to less than $1 a day. Okay, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to afford that. And I also want to give a personal shout out to Rafael Montalvo for becoming the highest tier member, which is going to go right into what I was going to explain about the highest tier. So that's going to be tier 4, and tier 4 comes with all the benefits as tier 2, which is you can communicate with me whenever, and you get the exclusive video weekly. You get access to that video. So with tier 4, what I've included in tier 4 is going to be $45. And what I've included is a self-empowerment ritual that I will be performing on the 7th of every single month. So I literally sat down and I took my grimoire and I created my own sequence of empowerments, going out to my spirit guides, and I am specifically asking them to empower the names that I mentioned when I perform that ritual, and to accept my offerings as yours. So if you subscribe to that tier, I will have your name personally. If for some reason I do not have your first and last name, I will be getting that from you, and I will be writing that down in a separate book or a separate sheet of paper that I keep to the side. So whenever I go to perform that ritual on the 7th of every month, I will be going over your name, and I will be making offerings for you, and I will be directing empowerments towards you as well. So other than that, go and check out the Patreon. It's going to be the top link in the bio below, in the description below. And once again, shout out to Raphael for being a top tier member already. So now we're going right back into it. So what is my opinion? After giving you the idea of what a true Luciferian is, what is my opinion on the TV show Lucifer? Okay, so from someone that's worked with Lucifer and continues to work with Lucifer and actually has a very fucking real strong connection with Lucifer. For those of you that don't know, Lucifer was literally one of the first daemons that called to me when I first started pursuing the path of black magic. So I started off working with a demon by the name of Balaam, and then very shortly, and I was completely new to this. I didn't really have intentions of going straight to Lucifer. Lucifer called to me, and one of the ways that he called to me was I remember specifically looking in a mirror, and I was gazing at my reflection, just sitting there gazing at it, because that was just something I felt like I needed to do. And I woke up and I just kind of zoned out and was gazing at this reflection. And then next thing you know, I start to see this dragon's eye, like a reptilian eye, appear on my face. And it was very vivid, and I could definitely clarify the fact that it was this reptilian eye that it seemed to be manifesting on the mirror. Now in real life, was that actually happening? No, not necessarily, but in that mirror, in a different realm, it was actually manifesting. So I took that, and I didn't really know what it meant at all, but I understood that just happened. Next thing you know, later that night, I'm on YouTube, and sure enough, there's a video that pops up on my main feed that says, Lucifer is calling you. And on the thumbnail of that video, it is a reptilian eye. So then I go and I watch that video. And for those of you that don't know, that video was made by E.A. Quetting some years ago. For those of you that don't know, E.A. Quetting is one of the magicians that actually kind of was like a gatekeeper for giving me the understandings that I need to really pursue this path when I first started. So I want to give a shout out to him. Make sure you go check out his channel. Very powerful guy. But yeah, so so that happened, and then from there I started to build my own relationship with Lucifer. So once again, my experience of Lucifer is the fact that he is an angel, but he is also a dark angel. So Lucifer is balanced in nature. Okay, Lucifer is such a powerful daemon, and daemon means divine intelligence, that he can show up to you in a mask that is completely different, depending on how you're approaching him. So what I mean by that is, the first time that I approached Lucifer, the first time when I first started working with him, he would show up as this dark figure. He would show up in the aspect, you could say, a Maimon, Lucifer a Maimon. Okay? And he would show up as this like 8-foot creature. But even though it was a little bit, it was like, to my normal senses, it was a little bit scary. My heart was pounding when I first started working with him. I never feared him. I never feared him in the sense that I I knew I wasn't trying to cross him. I knew I wasn't trying to do anything that would disrespect him. I just wanted to learn, and I knew that he could teach me things. I knew that he could show me things that most people don't know. And I knew that about him. I just knew it. So when I would work with him, he would show up as this creature and he would appear behind me. I could tell, I could see in my mind he would be behind me. I could just sense it. But he would always give me great advice, and he would literally teach me how to perform spells. He would teach me how to do magic, and this is when I was very new. And sure enough, as I built my relationship with him over time, and when I say over time, I mean over a series of a year and up, he started to appear to me differently. He no longer started to appear as that shadow figure, but he started to appear as that angelic, angel-like figure, where he's, in my vision, he'll show up as this like Roman-looking warrior that has long hair, blonde hair, and black wings, but the body of an angel, and very, you could say, beautiful, like very attractive to the opposite sex or to whoever. Just a very charming presence. Yeah, and when he shows up, he, once again, he always gives great advice, and he always claims and says that he's there to protect, he's there to give wisdom. He's just once again, a great overall spirit. And he has many facets to him. So when it comes to the TV show Lucifer, what are my thoughts on it? And I'm not going to say I've watched the entire series and I stay up to date with it. I'm not that much of a Netflix kind of person, only when it comes to the TV shows Game of Thrones, and there's one other show called The Last Kingdom on Netflix. I'm just into those medieval types of movies or shows. But I have seen Lucifer, and I've watched a couple episodes, and I've gotten a pretty good idea of what the moral of the story is. And from being a real Luciferian, looking at the TV show Lucifer, I think they do a great job. Once again, aesthetically speaking, the way that I see Lucifer appearing as that Roman-looking, blonde-haired, black-winged angel, once again, there is no set-in-stone way that Lucifer is, right? Just to give you guys an understanding, Lucifer is an energy, and the name Lucifer is just a title. It's just a meaning, okay? It just means something. It just means the light bearer, okay? And light can be perceived from many different angles, so that's up to you as you build your relationship with him, how you're going to perceive it. But that doesn't mean just because I see him that way, that's how he is, right? He can show up many different ways depending on what aspect you're working with and how you're working with him. He may show up to you differently than he does to me, but the way that I see him, there's also a lot of other people that will end up seeing him that way as they build their relationship. But when it comes to the TV show Lucifer, he obviously doesn't have blonde hair, and he kind of has a different aesthetic, not necessarily like a Roman looking aesthetic. But that doesn't mean that's not authentic to a part of his, an aspect of who Lucifer truly is as the energy that he is. And that's what I think is great about that TV show, is they do a great job at giving Lucifer a really good, solid personality. So in the TV show, they make him humorous. And I think one of the most profound things that they did in that show that really represents who Lucifer is the fact that he seems to be perceived as this rebel. He seems to definitely be perceived as someone that is edgy, someone that pushes boundaries, and someone that crosses that line with people. But it seems to be that he's never crossing that line, or he's never pushing boundaries, or never being edgy just to be edgy, or just to cross the line. It seems that there's always a purpose behind it. If you guys have seen the show Lucifer, then you realize that there's always a reason why he does what he does. And a lot of the times he acts that way, and it's very natural for him. It's a part of his energy. And people perceive it as being, oh, like, how dare you? Or who do you think you are? But he's coming from a place of confidence at the same time. And he realizes that he's doing it for a reason, and there is a purpose behind why he acts that way. There is a purpose behind his arrogance and behind his ego, because he knows what he's capable of and he knows what he's doing. Okay, so that is literally one of the main things that I wanted to share with on this video, of how I see that TV show Lucifer as a real Luciferian. I think they did a great job at presenting him. And to add this in as well, I think they also did a great job with the fact that when he gets upset, yes, he can be a great justice, you know, he can be a great man for justice, a great character for justice, meaning he knows when someone needs help and he knows how to help them. But when you cross him, or if you step on his toes, he can turn to that devil. He can turn to that demon that he is. That dark aspect channels through him, and he literally will rip you apart. And this is very true. This is the power of Lucifer as an energy, right? Like, you, as much as an angelic being that he is, as a light bearer that he is, as a wisdom bringer that he is, he can also be a destroyer to that same end. He can destroy the fuck out of your mind. He can destroy the fuck out of your life, as within, as without. He can destroy you and make everything around you crumble. And you will be asking yourself, why did this happen? What the fuck did I do? And then from that, he can share and rebuild you in a more powerful way, in a more sharp way, in a more aligned way. So I think they did, you know, a great job when it came to that in the TV show. But other than that, that's pretty much gonna wrap this video up. That's pretty much exactly what I want to say. I don't want to make this video too long, but I think they did a great job at representing the energy that he is and the character that Lucifer truly represents. And I also am glad that I shared this so that you guys can kind of have an understanding of what a Luciferian is if you didn't know already. We're not devil worshippers. Once again, we do not worship. We just work with, we empower ourselves, we see how powerful we are as human beings. If we come off arrogant, then that's unfortunate, but we do what we have to do to survive, and we also like to thrive as well, and we are not afraid to thrive. So that's going to wrap it up. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, also hit the notification bell because I post videos often. And remember, don't forget, go and check out the Patreon. That is going to be in the first link in the description below. Once again, the Patreon. Tier 1 is going to get you into the community. Tier 2 is going to give you access to communicate with me whenever. And it's also going to give you access to an exclusive video weekly that will not be on my YouTube channel. Right now, the videos that I have up there are extremely powerful. Go and check them out. Okay? And then drop down below. That is going to be the second link, and that will take you to my Streamlabs merch where I have this powerful sigil of Hecate. A very comfortable shirt. Very powerful symbol, you can't go wrong there. Then go to the link below that, join the Facebook community. So when you click that third link, it'll take you to my Facebook community. On the Facebook community, you're gonna see a pinned post that says, this is the private group. So I've turned my Facebook community into a private group. So go ahead and click that link, it'll take you to the private group. You can submit your application, then I will view it. If I feel like you're a good fit, I'll add you in. And the goal is to get a bunch of powerful people in the same area, so that we can have really cool spiritual and powerful conversations. So go ahead and join that as well. That's going to be the third link. And once again, that's going to wrap it up, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the day or night wherever you're at, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.